Introduction. Prayer begins where human capacity ends. Marian Anderson. Let's conduct a little experiment. I would like for you to close your eyes, relax your shoulders, focus on your breath for a moment, and think back to your days of kindergarten. Can you see an image of yourself as a young child? Good. Now ask that child this question. What do you want to be when you grow up? Did you see the child's eyes light up? Did you hear the optimism, faith, and confidence in her answer? Wasn't it marvelous to hear the child speak with such conviction and hope? Now ask your grown-up self this question. When was the last time you spoke with that much optimism, faith, and confidence about your future? When you were young, you were so excited about this mysterious thing called tomorrow. It was the center of your attention. You can probably remember many times saying to yourself, when I grow up, I will. And remember when someone would ask you how old you were? Instead of saying I'm 5, you would respond with I'm 5.5. It's funny that once we become adults, none of us say I'm 29.5. That is because as a kid, you were enthusiastic about the future and you were looking forward to the day when you would enter the world of the grown folks. You were also hopeful that as a grown-up, you'd be able to do everything you wanted to do. But back then, you didn't want much. You simply wanted to grow up. You didn't realize what that would really mean. Then there came a time of real-world struggles, usually beginning in your teen years. I recall this as a time when my friends and I started fibbing when someone asked us our age. If you were 11, you said you were 13. You couldn't hold back the excitement of growing older. You didn't want to be seen as a kid. You wanted to prove that you were capable of making decisions and being independent. You were convinced that you knew exactly what you wanted in life, and you were not going to let anyone convince you otherwise. For those born in my homeland of Zimbabwe, the magic age is 21. This is the time when you're supposedly grown up enough to make independent decisions, to get married or to move away from home. You are given a silver or golden key upon turning 21, the key being the symbol for freedom and the means to unlocking the door to worldly experiences. In the United States, 16 is the golden age teenagers look forward to. As one of my favorite comedians, the late George Carlin once said, you become 21, yes, but you turn 30, ouch! What happened there? This makes aging sound like something that happens to bad cheese. There's no fun anymore. You're just a sour dumpling now. What's wrong? What changed? You turn 21, you turn 30, and then you push on to 40. Wow, put on the brakes. Everything is slipping away. And then whoops, before you know it, you reach 50, and all your dreams are gone. But wait a minute. You're not done yet. Somehow you make it to 60. You didn't think you'd ever be that old. You realize that you've built up a lot of speed somehow, like a ball rolling down a steep hill. Life is now moving so quickly that the days, months, and years are becoming a blur. Suddenly you hit 70, and you wake up one Monday morning wondering where all the time has gone. And in the twinkle of an eye, you turn 80. Henceforth, every day completes the cycle. You're closing in on 90, but before you get there, you start reflecting on the road your life has traveled. And somewhere along the line, instead of adding years to your age as you did in your teens, you start doing the reverse. You subtract years, trying to fool yourself and everyone else into believing that you'll be forever young. Living life to its fullest is not easy. In order to achieve the ideal life we all long for, we have to accept many conditions, outcomes, and events that we will never have chosen and decide to embrace them as our own. That's what life and death are all about. Learning to pray with this more mature understanding helps us experience God not so much as a parental figure with the means to give us whatever we want, but as a powerful and omnipresent source of connectedness and strength that helps us understand and overcome whatever life throws our way. The power of prayer and the power of unyielding belief in prayers is an essential part of understanding and overcoming life's difficulties and, in a way, remaining forever young. The ability to heal physical and spiritual hurts, to gain valuable insight, to place one's burdens in God's hands and trust them to His keeping, to be comforted and to give joyful thanks. All these gifts belong to those who pray and believe with all their hearts, as a child does. But the full power of prayer can only be experienced once we eliminate those destructive beliefs and habits that block us from having our prayers answered. I believe that everyone, and that includes you, deserves to have their prayers answered and their dreams fulfilled. So I have developed a set of 10 simple, effective strategies you can begin using today to bring greater serenity and clarity to your life. By incorporating these strategies into your daily routine, you'll begin to identify and gradually eliminate negative habits and patterns, thereby making room for new, positive ones to take hold. My hope is that this little book will remind you that by harnessing the power of prayer and belief, you truly can live and feel like a child all over again. Never forget, therefore, whoever humbles himself as this little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 18, verse 4. With a renewed sense of childlike faith, serenity, wisdom, and trust, you will meet all the storms of life with confidence and begin to receive each blessed day as an opportunity to make the world a better place, not only for you, but also for others. Remember, summoning the will to dream, learn, and take action is the starting point for every endeavor. As Gail Devers once said, to achieve anything worthwhile requires faith and self-belief, vision, hard work, determination, and dedication. All things are possible to those who believe. So with the knowledge that you must have childlike faith and the determination to work for your goal, are you ready to begin your journey towards harnessing the power of prayer and belief in your life? Then come along and let me show you the way. Think about it. Every day you walk the face of this earth, you are a target for the storms of life. Sudden storms or the resulting waves of fear can rock your boat and threaten to send you toppling into the depths of despair, otherwise known as depression. But remember, that perception is reality. So be mindful of the terms you use to describe these everyday life occurrences. If you can find a way to separate your heart from your head and choose to see every event as an opportunity to learn and grow, then these storms will strengthen and not weaken your resolve to keep going forward. You can't always control what life throws at you, but you certainly can control your response. Today's question is, how do you usually respond to the storms of life? Tip: when you wake up each morning, make a conscious decision to get the most from the day ahead.